Okay, now I think we're live. Oh, this Facebook stuff, jeez Louise. So let me find you here. I tried to go live just a few seconds ago and it said broadcast failed. I don't know why. Guess it doesn't like me today, so let's do, oh, are you kidding? No, I can't get on my page here. Oh my God, please. Post. Here we are, yay! Yay, yay, yay. Now, if it will let me see comments, that would be even better. Whoa. Whoa. I don't want to send stars to myself. Can we get this going here? There we go. Hello, everybody. How are you? There we go. Woo. All right. I'm going to tilt this up just so you can see me in the beginning. I'm back to using my phone only because it's not going to stay. I'll just do like this for a few seconds. The phone is not staying up. Technology. So hi, I'm Carolynne from NonnasNuttykrafts. How are you today? So I'm going to let it go down and then I'll just talk to you because everything is weird today. Look at my phone's just sinking. Doesn't like anything. Hopefully that will be okay. Have to give it a few seconds here. Just because so I can see that we're in play here. So come on everybody, come in and hang out. Yeah, good. That's a good picture. So we have a few things we're going to work on. And some of them we may just get started with today. We'll just see how it goes. So one of them that I want to do first is this. Now what I did is I went ahead and I pre-painted this. So this is a wine bottle that I got from, hey Rob, hello, hello Virginia. Hey. Oh, now everybody's like on all of a sudden. This is so weird what Facebook is doing. It was like nobody's there and all of a sudden, whew, all these comments. Hi Charlotte, Virginia, good evening. Linda, okay, all right. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. So I bought this wine bottle. It was a clear one at Michael's. Now you can use your own wine bottles. If they're colored ones, you may not want to paint it. When you take off all the stickers that are on it, I used warm water to take the majority of it off. Then you can go ahead and use alcohol or nail polish remover. Then when it's all clean and dry, I take alcohol on it just to make sure there's no oil or anything on it. So I painted this just white. You can see it's streaky. That's exactly what I wanted. I want a light coat, and all I used some acrylic paint, just like this, that I put on it. The one thing I should have done first though, now I've never made one of these, is take the cork out. So we're gonna take the cork out so that I can do the next step. Now some of the paint may come off on the top of this because I gotta screw this thing in here. You can tell how much I use these things. I don't even know how to screw it in. There we go, with this thing. Oh good God. I hope the cork will come out rather easily. But I suggest you taking the cork out first. Oh, it's just a short little cork. Thank the Lord. So I'm not keeping this cork because we're going to do something else with it, okay? Well, not with the cork. But now that I have a hole in it, I don't need it. Okay. So what I got, now these you can find at Michael's and the Hobby Lobby stores. I'm hoping this one works. I think it does. Has the little tabby thing in there. Yay! So see, it's lights. So what we're going to do is you can, oh, now I got to figure out how to untie this thing. Good gracious me. The one thing I will suggest is that when you turn it on, make sure you turn it off. I didn't do that with one. There are batteries that you can replace in here, and I know I had some right here. You can get these, you know, type batteries at any of the places that sell batteries. So just a FYI. So we're going to take this off. I want to show you. Now some of you may have seen these already. And I'm just going to kind of thread this through here. Whoops. Get in there. And it can go any way it wants. It's not to pull it out straight or do anything like that. Just thread it through. I'm going to see if I can make the camera come up just a little bit more. Hold on, because that's a little bit too low. See, it's going to be rocky for you guys. Oh, of course I kick it at the same time. Hold on, I apologize, y'all. Why does it not want to stay up? That work? That looks like it's a little bit higher. Don't move. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I apologize for all that little rockiness. Hello. Hey, you guys, if you don't mind, do the LSF. Bless my page, float my boat. Love to. I need 130 more people to hit 5,000. Oh, hallelujah. So I'm going to turn this on just so you can get an idea. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Can you guys see all that? I got to wait for a delay on here so you guys can, so I know if you guys can see. Oh, look. So that's what it's going to do. Now, I'm just going to take it out because I wanted to just show you. I got to watch the fan up there. So what we're going to do next is this. Now you can paint these. You can do whatever you want with them. It's totally up to you. We're going to do some decoupaging. Now these are from the kids get the little fruits, you know, get the little fruit cup things in there. So that's what that is. I never throw these away because you get little beads or something and you may need it. Okay. So I bought some guest napkins, right? I took one of them. You can see I cut it out, right? Now, where I got these, I know you're going to ask. I looked on here to see if it says, so I either got it at the at-home Hobby Lobby or maybe Michael's. I don't remember which, and it doesn't say on the package. So what I did, I cut out, whoops, the piece that I wanted. So it's like this, right? And then you know that it's like 2-ply. So I'm going to take one of this off, throw that away. So the game plan will be, we're going to put one on one side and one on the other. So let me put these napkins away because I have my fan blowing from above and these will go flying all over the place. So I'm going to put these off to the side because that's something different. And let's get these, I'm going to weigh them down there. And decoupage. Now we're going to see how good I am in doing this since it's on a round surface. Yeah. I don't need a big thing. Let's get a little one. Now I use the sponge brushes. I buy a whole bunch of the sponge brushes just like this because I go through them. When they get too worn, the wood starts coming through. But another thing you can do, if you need a sponge to use, cut it off and you can use it to dab, you know, like dab paint too with that tip. So keep that in mind. Don't just destroy everything and think, oh, it can't be used. You know, again. Now, of course, I'm using white decoupage on a white bottle. And I'm just going to paint around and see how far I have to go because that I don't know. I think I need more than that. And the idea is to remember where you are. Because if you don't. So I'm going to face this to me just first so I can get this on. Now you can put it on however you want. I'm going to put it on hitting in the middle. So just like this. And I'm going to tap it up. Now I don't mind if there's little wrinkles in there. Hopefully I got it all where I decoupaged. If not, we'll fix it. Ooh, pretty good. Let's see, I didn't get decoupage there, which is okay. We'll just take some and put some there. And it doesn't matter if you go past where you cut because we're going to decoupage on top anyway. Pretty cool. This is such an easy project. You can even do this with kids because it's not I mean, you could do it, it doesn't have to be on glass per se. You can do it on whatever, whether it's ornaments or plastic mason jars, something to do with the kids. And you could do it for any season. So I got a lot of decoupage here, but that's okay. So I'm just going to tap a little bit on my edges to make sure I got all the edges so that they stay. Right. So that's what it's going to look like so far. Now I could do this in any season. If you want to do it for Christmas or whatever, it is up to you. So this is my center, approximately. Some decoupage. And the reason why I chose the white underneath, because this is a white napkin and I really wanted, you know, everything to show through. So now the idea would be to get it so that it's approximately the same height and halfway around. Oops. Hold on. I gotta do it from my side so I could see. So I could see first. That's pretty good. And just dab it around. Here we go. And again, wherever we don't have any decoupage, just peel it back a little bit and put some decoupage down. And what's cool about these, you can give these as gifts. You could do it for birthdays, you could do it for Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever. Okay. And hold on, I'm going to peel this off. Can I do this without ripping it? Let's see. I realized it was too close to one side. If I rip it, it's okay. I got more napkins. Okay, so I did rip it. So let me take this off. See, this is easy peasy to fix. It was way too close on the one side and it was touching the other side of the napkin. And I didn't want that, needless to say. So let's fix it. Okay, so let's get another napkin and cut it up. That's what's so cool about this, because you can do whatever you want. So we're going to take this one up top here. And all I did was this. Oh my gosh, how can that come through when I'm on a live? I apologize, you guys. Alright, so let's go around, and we're going to go around like this, just cut it out, and I just wave it. There's no right or wrong to this. If you want to make it a rectangle or something, you can do that. It's whatever you want. And I'm just waving it. Waving along. So it all depends really on the pattern that you have. Really, I guess, how you want to do it. There we go. Now I gotta peel it back. There we go. Alrighty. So let's make sure I got all the decoupage of the other napkin off. I see a little piece here, a little piece there. Okay. So let's just put some decoupage back on there. Oops. That came out rather fast. Okay. So let's try that again. Where's my center? hold on, please. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. So we need some more decoupage underneath here. And I'll just pat it down like that. Make sure my edges, because you want to make sure you get the decoupage underneath. It's kind of like the glue. All right, so that's our front and our back, so to speak. So I'm going to let that just dry just a little bit because I did this one twice. And then what we're going to do is go over this with decoupage. But I just want it to dry just a little bit. Do I have to? No. But that's how I want to do this. All right, so we're going to put that off to the side and just let it dry a little bit. Where am I going to put you? Put you over here. Ooh, almost fell. Okay, so that's going to be there. So when that's drying, we're going to do another project because I knew that was going to take a little bit because it's on the glass. The paper likes to slide a little bit, so that's why I want to make sure that it gets dried a little bit before I put another layer, the top coat of the decoupage on there. So all I'm doing is just taking my extra decoupage, putting it back in the bottle, as you can see. Okay, and I have a little bit of a damp towel here just because this is glue. So I'm just going to set that off to the side. Now what we're going to do while that's drying, we have this bunny. Now you can go to Dollar Tree. This is not Dollar Tree. This is Hobby Lobby. Okay. You can go and they may not have solid ones like this. I don't remember if they did or not. And you can paint them all different ways. So I thought we'd do a teal bunny just to do something different tonight on this. You could do whatever color you want. And I'm just going to put some of this teal color on here. Do you have to use one of these? No. Let me get one of my other brushes. This wood is pretty smooth, but sometimes these spun brushes doesn't leave it as smooth. Dip in a little bit of water, and we're going to paint this baby. Now the good thing about paint, if you don't like it, you can change it up. So we're going to see if we like this, if it's what I think in my brain it will be. And this is a turquoise color, and it's by, you know, Krafts paint, your acrylic paint, that's all that it is. So I don't paint the back until I'm finished painting the front. Now if this is going to be solid, if I'm doing all kinds of detail on it, you know, and the reason why I do that, because if I get any paint on it, on the back, I like to have my backs finished. So I may pick like a black or something. It just depends what I'm doing to, on it. Hold on. I got some paint on here, which I don't want to do yet, I say. Now I left the string that's on here only because it's stapled on there. So I'm leaving it on there because it'd be a pain to take off. Because this is such thin wood. There we go. The reason why I did that was because I didn't want the back of this to get the teal color yet. Hello, my GF. So if you guys notice on the bottom, it talks about stars. And what I do, well, any stars that you wish to donate, go to the Wounded Warriors project. So if you'd like to participate in that, you're welcome to. I think this is a pretty color. Now, I can make this the front of the bunny, the back of the bunny. You do whatever you want with your bunny. There you go. So Facebook has changed everything on here. Usually you could see people and it'll tell you like how many people are watching you or whatever. Now there's no numbers. So you don't know anything. I love you, Facebook. Hey guys, I also have a YouTube channel, NonnasNuttykrafts. So, and a Pinterest and an Instagram. So if you'd like to participate in those, they're all free. There we go. Okay, so now we gotta let him dry a little bit. You guys are gonna get a whole bunch of goodies today. I could have pre-done these, but I didn't want to do that because that takes away the fun from you guys. All right, so where can I put you? Let's try you up here. Okay. So let me dab off the paintbrush, put that away. Now I'm going to challenge you guys with something. Because I'm going to show you what I bought. And these are just little things I'm playing around with here. I bought these at Dollar Tree the other day. Little chicks! So I painted them both sides with yellow because the chick is yellow. I was like, I can't paint the other side of this black because that just wouldn't look right. It's just kind of crazy. Look, I see the same person 4 times the name comes up on the screen. Right in a row. Now, I debated on what I was going to do with these, and I still am debating. So here's my challenge. Besides putting orange up here for its little feathers, and maybe an orange beak, I mean, I know I have to draw, I mean, do the chicks actually have the wings when they're, you know, this particular style? I don't think you see any wings on it. I think it's just you see the orange up here, orange here, and I guess the feet are orange. Do you guys know, are the feet orange? I don't remember. This is just a sandblock. And I'm going over that because this is Dollar Tree wood. And even though you paint it, it doesn't come out as smooth. So this is an 80 grit, if you want to call it that, paper. I think we'll paint them orange. What do you guys think? Just the orange part? And I think what I'll do is around the edges, I have some brown here, like tint around the edges of them, just to give them a little depth. I know this is loud. Sorry. I know that was loud. But that's all I'm doing with that. Then what I do, I just take a cloth. This is my dusty cloth. And I just kind of dust everything off. I don't think there was that much that actually came off of that. And that's to make sure, you know, just that there's no dust on it. Plain and simple. And they feel a little bit smoother than what they did. Now, this is really thin wood. Okay, as y'all know, Dollar Tree wood is not thick. You can take a couple of these if you wanted to. If you wanted to build up the thickness and use a wood glue, clamp it really good and tight. And then you can get a thicker piece of wood if you want to do that. So let me get my orange. Oh, should I paint that orange first? Yeah, why not? Talking out loud. All right. So let's get get some orange and let's get some paintbrushes here. Ooh, rabbit's looking good. Ooh. Ooh, wrong brush. Wrong bag. Hold on. Gotta get the other bag with the thicker brushes. Okay. So let's paint his feet. Ooh. I'm gonna do one at a time though. So by putting a base coat on, I think this was 2 coats on this is what I did. And you could do a white coat if you want to as a base. And then come back with your color. Really doesn't matter. It just depends what you're painting. I chose to do the yellow base on it first. Because that's what I chose. And now what I'm going to do is kind of follow what would be the line of his body. Him, her. Okay. I'm trying to hold that in place only because I don't want it shifting around and getting orange all over the other side. So the same thing. This is an angle brush. I don't know if you could see that. Okay. You could use a straight brush. I'm choosing to use an angle brush, and I'm just going to angle it and follow the line of what would be his head. Where his head and his little, I don't know what they call these things that go on top of their head. If anybody knows, sing out. Because I don't know anything about chickens. And I'll do the same thing here. So there's one chick so far. Now the edges of the orange, I'll do that as well. Let's see if I can do that now if this is not going to be that much orange on there. And like I said, I will paint the back of this. Now you can attach these to wreaths or whatever. Now another thing you can do, you can get some of the other Dollar Tree products, like let's say the love sign that they had, it's a vertical sign. You could take off the heart that's on there, it's like a metal heart, and you can attach this onto it, so it gives it some more thickness to it. Hello from Cooper as Cove, Texas. That's a mouthful. Well, welcome. If it's anybody's first time watching, go ahead and click anywhere on the screen, and those 3 little white dots should pop up at the top. I want to make sure they're still there since Facebook changed anything, and hit so you can get notifications. I have not been on in a while because I've been working stuff for my live sales that I do, and actually I do have one tomorrow, you guys. It's at 7:45 in the virtual home decor marketplace. And oops. And that's 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. 6:45 if it's Central Time. And you can join. It's free to join, y'all. Free. Oh, I gotta do up here. And I'll be there selling some things that I haven't showed you guys yet. Or anybody. Gotta save some goodies. I do have, guys, I have some blue light specials. I'll tell you that I have 2. So you guys need to come. You need to come for that. If anything. Because I only have a limited supply of those. Okay, so look, our little chick is coming to life. Woohoo! I love my little chick. Cindy, thank you. Thank you for the stars. Yay! So those of you that just joining, if you don't know what the stars mean, the stars goes, any stars that you donate goes to the Wounded Warriors Project. So for every $1 you do, they get 99 cents. I get $1. I get, oh, not $1, 1 penny. But even my money will go towards them because I don't need to keep it. I mean, what am I going to do with it? whole thing is to support them and what they need. And I was just on, we live by Fort Belvoir here in Virginia, and I was just there today. I literally have not been there in so long on the base, just because everything's been shut down, and if I don't have to go, I don't go. And I went there this evening, and I felt weird going. But it was kind of, you know, I kind of miss going all the time. I love shopping. Who doesn't love shopping? Let me just say, who doesn't love shopping? Oh, Patricia, well, we have a couple of things that we're doing. I have a bottle of wine that we're decoupaging. I have to let it dry a little bit. We put the decoupage on it and the print, so that's drying a little bit before I coat it. We have this bunny here that I'm letting dry a little bit so I can show the next thing that we're going to do with him. And then we got these little chickies. These came from Dollar Tree. I literally had to stop in. We're fostering some puppies, if you don't know. And I went in and just bought some toys for them, you know. And I usually do a little bag for the people that are adopting them. So I have two of the puppies here. One got adopted. We say adopted pending until they actually sign the papers, which will be this weekend. And the other one hasn't gotten adopted yet, but she has some more meet and greets. And and I was surprised because I thought she would go first. And the one that did get adopted, I thought she would be the last one. So who am I? All right, so here we go. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm just freehanding what would be continuing like his belly or her belly coming across. That's all I'm doing. If you want to draw it, you can draw a line. You can use chalk to draw your lines because it's easy to erase on wood. Some things like this you may not need to. You know, it's whatever you want to do. It's up to you. That makes you feel comfortable. And I'm going to do the same thing. So did I paint him? Let me lean it down. I always like to lean on something, my hand down, so my hand's steady, because you know, as you get older, your hand shakes, right? So I have it down, and I'm just going to drag my brush right along where I think the head would be. And then we'll do this. This is the boring part, y'all. I try to, thank God I prepped it, at least prepping it as far as the yellow, because we would get nothing done. But I wanted to show you, I had a couple of things to do. I thought, let's just do them together. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with the beak. Just follow what would be. The good thing about this, if you make a mistake when it's wet, take a wet paper towel, or you can take a baby wipe. I always keep those on hand, and you can wipe it right off. I usually use a paper towel with some water. That's all I use. All right, so there's chicky number 2. Oops, don't get on his feet. All right, chicky number 2. Where can I put you? You're right down here. And our last chick here, and then we're going to go back to hopefully the bottle while this dries a little bit so that we can finish the bottle. And then we'll highlight, put some depth into this guy or girl. And I'm going to show you how we can cover that up. Now you can use glue. Like hot glue, and cover it up, and then sand it, and then paint over it. But I think what we're going to do is stick a little bow. You could stick a little flower or something there. Or if you're going to hang this, you could just put whatever ribbon or jute or whatever in there to hang it. So it's really your choice of what you want to do. All right. So I don't usually do crafts with you. Well, I do, but I haven't done any in so long. I just thought it would be fun to do something like this. And I apologize for not going live as much as I have been. You're used to. It's just doing these live sales. It's a lot of prep work, which is a good thing. But once you start getting to do it and you do it more and more, it makes it easier, but you got to make them stuff for them. And it's hard to keep up with that and doing the lives, so that's my excuse, and I apologize to make it an excuse. Because I miss doing my lives with you guys. I do, I really do. I like doing the lives. I really do. Alright. So let's do his little hair. What? Does anybody know what they call these things? Up here? I have no idea. No idea. No clue. Oh, so I have to tell you a story. My friend who lives in Alaska, we used to live there. If those of you know me, you probably know that. She messaged me the other day, and her grandson's school, they want postcards from different states. So I guess they're trying to collect all 50 states. So she asked me if I could get some, you know, she asked me where I, if I was Maryland or Virginia. I said, well, I live in Virginia. And she asked, she goes, they got Virginia ones already, but could I get a Maryland one? Now, y'all tell me, when was the last time anybody bought a postcard? Now, if you go on cruises and things like that, you'll find probably a lot of them in, you know, souvenir shops. But I was like, without going to a museum, you know, like some of the, what do you call it, department stores like Walmart and stuff used to carry them. But I haven't seen any anywhere in God knows how long. So I was like, I don't even know where to get a postcard. Oh, will you? So I found, I called around like CVS, I went online. Now you can order like 50 postcards from like Amazon. I was like, I don't need 50 postcards. I just need one. So that's what I was saying. I went to the PX today and I thought, okay, they're going to have them, right? They only had Washington, D.C., Virginia. The rest of the rack was empty. And I went, are you kidding? I need a Maryland one. My son lives in Maryland, and I had him looking. He couldn't even find any in Maryland. I was like, this really stinks. That I can't find just one postcard. All right, let's bring our bottle back. Here's our bottle that we're working on. It says, hello, spring. Why's my chair not sliding? So I called my friend with Messenger all the way up in Alaska. She didn't know how to use the Messenger, like, so you could talk to people or anything on the phone. So she goes, I can hear you, but I can't see you. What do I do? She had never done it before. And so I was laughing hysterically. She finally got the picture and she was laughing. She goes, I've never done this. So I said, hey, I can't find Maryland, but how about Washington, D.C.? She goes, oh, I forgot about Washington, D.C. All right, so I'm just putting a coat on top of this. I'm going through the edges. I'm just going lightly over it. Okay. And so she said, oh, so I found one that had like a postcard that showed all the, like the monuments, the Capitol and Lincoln and all on it. She said, oh, that would be perfect. So I already addressed it because it was too late to mail it today. So it's going to go in the mail tomorrow up to Alaska. So my son says, I had him looking in Maryland. He goes, Mom, I went to 3 different stores. Nobody has any. I said, it's okay. She said, that's okay. So if anybody finds one from Maryland, I would love to have one so we can send it to them. It's going to their preschool. Actually, if anybody sends it, I'll be more than happy to pay. I think the postcard, the one I bought today, was 21 cents. And you know, to send it to me. I'll pay for postage for you if you just want to send it from your house up to them. I can send you the address. It's not a problem. But, so it's just cool. I think what a cool idea. So my friend was laughing hysterically on the phone because, and then she was calling me back. So I was pressing on the button and she would disconnect us. So I'm like calling her. She's calling me. She doesn't know how to answer it. And I said, stop calling. I'll call you. And she was, but I don't know how to answer it. She was, what did you want? I said, well, you called me. So it was funny. I laughed. I said, you should know this with all your kids. Well, her grandkids. Her kids are all grown. It's all her grandkids. So we laughed about it today. So I said, you got to get up with technology. All right. So that's what this is going to be here. So technically that's all painted. So let me put this away and we'll see. Now, once it all dries, the decoupage kind of acts like a sealer. So I'm going to put some up here. Because I know I got all the sides where I was going around. It kind of acts like a sealer on it anyway. But if you want to spray a sealer or something on it, you can. Now, I'm not going to do this right this sec because I want to go ahead and put this in. I'm so excited. Let me move this back to you. Like I said, make sure you take the cork out first because I didn't do that. That was funny. And just feed this baby down in there. It's like a little snake. Get down there, little snake. And these are like, I don't know, I guess like little LED lights kind of like thing. And again, you can find these lights. Michael sells it where all they have all the glass bottle stuff. They sell it, you know, like the mason jars and little fish bowls and vases of sorts, or vases, depending how you want to say it. Get down in there. Keep going. Down and down she goes. I don't want that to hit the bottle. Alright, down, down, down. And like I said, these make nice little gifts. Put them on the end table. Put it in the center of your dining room table. I did one, a friend of mine, I bought one from her. She did one with snowmen. I like snowmen. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta have that. But the thing is, you gotta remember to turn it off. I left mine on and the batteries died. So I have to replace the batteries. But I also, you could do it with turkeys. You could do it for, this is great for 4th of July, y'all. Oh my God. Paint them red and put some stars on it or stripes on it. Hello. Just gave you guys some good ideas. Okay. Push your stopper in and turn it on. I don't know if you guys can see the words. Look how cute. I got a delay here, so hold on. I might have to turn off the light. Let me turn off my light. So it's going to go dark. Hold on. Oh my God. Look how cute that is. Oops, turning the cork. Isn't that cute? Now I don't know if I can see the words on my end. I don't know if you could see all the words. See the words on your end. The happy spring. Or hello spring rather. Not happy spring. Isn't that cute? No, the blue is, it's really light, but it shows up really cool on here. Let me put the light back on. Oh my God, what a cool gift. I did, like I said, my friend made a bunch of these, and I bought a Thanksgiving one with the turkey on it from her. I gave one to my daughter, and friends of ours that usually come to our house for dinner, because of the virus and all, we couldn't do that this year. So I gave them one of these with the turkey on it for Thanksgiving. Oh, that came out cute. Look how simple that was. So what? You buy a pack of napkins, decoupage, paint it, and a little corky thing. Do you know what? These are even cool, like for nursing homes, because they don't, you know, they don't get all the fun stuff sometimes. I'm just going to wrap this in here. Now I don't put my paintbrush, I have a bucket here of water, but because this is glue, I will not put that in the water because then all my paintbrushes are going to get glued. All right, so cool. I think that came out cute. Thank you. So done. So this is going to go off over here and dry. And you can do a whole bunch of those. Imagine if you had a birthday party or a wedding. You do that on a wedding on the tables. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, I just gave myself an idea. Because my son is getting married next month. Yay! The last of my kids. Now, the technique on this, so many different things you can do. Okay? This is just one of a zillion that you can do. I'm going to get another thing underneath here. Hold on. Ugh. Do I have another long one? This is just cardboard. You know, I get it with things you buy. And I just put wax paper on it. You can see how well loved this one is. And this is the hanger that it came with. So I'm leaving that on there for right now. I don't know if I'll take it off. I haven't decided yet. So what we're going to do is this. You can use a sponge brush. You can use a regular brush. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel more comfortable with. Or you can take, maybe not one's this big, but this is the only one I have. So let me get my, oh, I took it downstairs, didn't I? Yes, I did. We can use this. Usually I have like a paper plate. Now I have browns here. This one comes out more orangey. This one's a little brown. So you could do a light brown, whatever you want. We're going to play and decide which color we want to use. Maybe not this one. Oops. All right, so there we go. Let me see how orangey this one looks. It's the raw sienna, and this one's just coffee bean. Okay. I've used so much. I like using burnt umber, to be honest. But maybe we won't use that one. Let me see if I have any of that. Raw umber. I do. This is really brown. I think I like this brown better. This is too much. This is like really chocolate. It's like dark chocolate, and I don't want that on this. That's orange. So there's multiple techniques that you could do. What we're going to do is just do the edge of this. Now you can take one of the angle brushes like I had here. You can do half and half water on the brush, and you can paint along the edge. That's one way to do it. You can also take a brush small like this, or if you have a junky brush, and you're just going to kind of brush the edges as well. So it really depends what you want to do. So this is kind of my junky brush. Oh, this one would be even better because this is really junky monkey. So I dip it in. It's kind of a dry brush, and all I'm going to do is just like that. Now see, I don't like the way of that because I messed that up, so we're just going to take that off. There we go. And it's like stippling. You know, sometimes I can do it like this. I think I'm going to use my angle brush. I'm used to painting like this, and by using the water, so it's kind of like a fading effect. And this gives the bunny dimension. So let's take some water. What I'll do is put some water in here. And what I do is I take half my part of my brush with the paint. And the part with the paint goes on the outside. So see the difference? I don't know, hopefully you can see. It's just giving him some dimension. I don't want water lines, so I'll come back with the brush, just water. And I'll just smooth it out even more. That's what this water is here. I do a little bit of water, take a little bit of paint. Just go around the edge. Let me move this back towards me. And just make C's. You can't go wrong by doing this. If you put too much brown on it, just take your water, if you didn't think it's too much, and go back over it and spread it out. That's all you have to do. And just paint along the edge. So that's how you get like a little bit of a fading effect, but it gives the bunny dimension. So again, this is the boring part of doing this. The boring part. Now some woods, when you buy them, the edges are already dark. So which is kind of neat, because if you don't mess up or anything, you can kind of leave the edge like that. Again, I'll probably paint the other side. Again, I'll just brush this out, kind of feather it out into here so I don't get a waterline mark where it stops. Okay, whoops, there's a lot of paint on that one. Now again, depending, you can bring this in more here, depending on, you know, the design that you want to go for with your bunny. Now you can leave them, you don't have to do this on the outside. I like a little dimension on mine. I'm used to, like I said, used to painting this way. So for me it works. For you, you may say, oh, I can't do that. And I'll be like, yes you can. It's like watercolor paints. Basically is what you're doing. You know, when you were a kid, you take the water and the paint. You guys remember that? Now see, this is too heavy here, but that's okay, because I'll go back and I can go repaint that with the turquoise to lighten it up, and then come back with the brown again. So depending how much you want this brown to, how thick you want it, how dark you want it, that's up to you. But really, like I said, anybody could do this. Don't be afraid. It's just paint. You can erase it. A little water, little paint, and voila. You're back to the beginning. The technical stuff. So guys, now I live in Virginia. It was 80 something. It was like 81, 82 degrees today. Can you believe that? And you know what it's going to be for the rest of the week? It's going to be in the 40s. I think it's going to be kind of nice tomorrow, but then it's going to be like in the 40s again. And I'm like, really? The craziest weather we're all having. I mean, everybody all around, at least in the U.S. that I always hear, the craziness that's going on with the vortex that came down into Texas and came across everybody. It's like, really? Good old Mother Nature. She throws it at you every single time. But we survive. So look at my bunnies coming to life. Yay! Oh, wrong side. Wrong side. Now you're probably asking, why did you choose turquoise? Well, I could have done a pink bunny, I could have done a white bunny, a purple bunny, a yellow bunny, but I thought, why not turquoise? Why not? And I have some cool bunny ribbon I can put with this. Now, if you don't want to paint a face, you know, one of the things you could do is maybe put some flowers going across it, like it's a headband kind of an effect. You could do something like that. Now, because I left the jute on the other side, I have to decide if I want this to be the front of the bunny or the back of the bunny. Part of me wanted to do this as the back of the bunny, put a little tail here, do some flowers or something up there. But then the other part of me says, why don't you paint a face on the bunny and make this the front and the other side the back? So I'm tossed between the two. So I figure we'll just start here, and as this dries, we can decide. Alright, so we got all that done. So let me just make sure there's no lines that I like. So let's fix this. That's a little bit too dark for me. I'm just going to take this crappy little brush, and all I'm going to do is paint right over it. See how you can fix it? And like I said, you can use water. I let it dry too long, is what happened. That should dry pretty quick on it, and I just feather it out. So as that dries, let's do this part down here. Another part I don't like. down there. Cool. Cool beans. And with the fan above me, it dries, so I don't have to use a hairdryer on you. So let's fix this one side here. God, I get so intense when I paint. Sometimes I forget y'all are here. And that's just part of being a painter. You get like looking at what you're doing. And you gotta remember there's people watching. Alright. So see how our bunny is? Now you can go back if I see like, oh, there's not enough here. I see like some spaces here or something. I can go back and I can fix it. Just like that. And some of this has to do with the wood grain and all the way it finishes off. But look how cute he is. Just by doing that. Now, if you want him to look really farmhousey, so to speak, you can do this, like I said, at the edge. You can sand it down to give it, you know, that rough, you know, like it's weathered kind of look on it as well. So see, these are the spots where he's got to dry a little bit. But look how cute that's coming. And see, just give him some dimension to him. So he's not like just turquoise on top. That makes sense. I've used this brush. I've had it so many years. It used to be coated. You know how they have like different colors on top of this? It all came off. It's like one of my favorite brushes. It's a little rowdy brush. You know, rowdy tatty here. But I kind of, oops, I just dumped all the water. Okay. All right. So let's let him dry a little bit since I put extra water on him. And we can come back to chickaroos. I think I dumped water all over this. Alright, so we have a little chicks here. Now, you can do decoupage on this too. I know I talked about that earlier. If you find something. I didn't think about that actually earlier, but I did now. No. And I said, oh, if I should have thought of something that I could have done. That would have been cool. Now I'm looking for one of my thick brushes. Is that a thick one? That's the thickest, yeah. And I'm going to show you little techniques that you can do. Decide what color his eye's going to be. Of course it's going to be black because all these little chickies have black eyes. I don't know why they don't have any other colors, but you can do whatever you want. Now you can do a cricket if you want to make his eye, you know, with the Cricut machine or a silhouette or whatever you may have. We can do the back of the brush. If you have these sponges, I don't have one small enough, so that's why I'm not doing it, because that would be really too big for an eye. You can use that. You could use the bottom of the back of the brush to make an eye. Just depends on what you want. This is these are embossing tools, and you can get these. These have little balls on the end. So if you're doing some, you want to do a dot and a curl, like to give it some dimension in the eye, you can use these, which I use a lot. This is my newest one because it's had, I just got this one. Actually, I found this at Dollar Tree. All my other ones I've had for like 20 zillion years. So Usually a chick just has a round eye. So you got to decide where you want his eye to go. Now I know it's going to go between here and here. How far down or how far back? I think I'm going to do it kind of like that. So I'm going to take the paint here, and I'm just going to make this my middle part. So if I was just doing an eye like that, look how cute, okay? Although this chick needs a bigger eye than that, we know that. So I dip it back in, I'll come back, and I'll just make a circle till I get the size that I want. So look, I don't know if he needs a bigger eye, does he? I kind of like it just like that. And there's his eye. See? Not hard. Not hard, you guys. Not hard. So let's get our other little chicks out here. Come here, chickies. So we're going to do the same thing. Decide where you want the eye to be. It's the center of his eye. Do a dot. Take some more paint and just start making circles. Just a little bit. You don't have to go crazy. And there's his eye. Or she. He or she. The idea is to make sure you have enough paint on the bottom of this, so don't dab it off or anything. So whatever you think you can make a circle with, if you want to make a circle, that is. There's his eye. See, our chick is coming to life. Now the same thing with this, like we did the same technique with the bunny rabbit, you can edge this with whatever color if you want to do that. I think I got enough brown in here. Hold on, I need some water. I know you guys may not be able to see. I have a thing here. My bucket. My bucket. Usually I fill up one of these. We could do the exact same thing that we did on the bunny. Again, just to give him some dimension. What also helps too is where we do the lines for the different parts up here. Kind of hides that line so it doesn't look so straight, if that makes sense to y'all. Should have left some of this out. Goodness. Stick a little. There we go. Over. So now our chick, instead of looking just one-dimensional, is starting to look a little bit 3D. And then I'm going to show you how I highlight the other side of this so to even bring it up even more dimension. Oops, I just got to make sure I don't touch the black. Ooh, I like it like that. I do. I was debating about doing that Because the little chicks for Easter, you don't see dimension like this. You just see him as just plain yellow. But he's coming to life. Or she. So let me change this up here. I went too far over into the orange. Look at the difference. Can you guys see? Now I got some waterline marks I have to fix. It's making him look, and the one in my right hand, let me see if you can see better. Let me bring him a little bit closer, or tilt him up. See if you can see it better. Can you see the brown around his face compared to the other one? There you go, you can see it. Okay? So that's what we want to do. We want to bring him to life. Ooh, looking good, looking good. Want a little bit around his edge. This is the part I really need to make sure I don't stick my hand in that black paint. Turn it around this way. We'll go this way. Now I'm not going to do all three of these with you because that would be really even more so boring with y'all. But if we can get one chickie done. Oh, I thought that was the black hole there. I was like, oh. Got scared myself. Silly me. So weird when you can't see everything. All right, almost done. And then I'll show you how we're going to make it pop even more. Bit here. Now this wood here really kind of soaks that up really quick. It's kind of almost bleeds in a way, which is fine. Because I like it when it kind of bleeds a little bit into the wood. If that makes sense to y'all. All right, so we can't leave his feathers and his feet without doing dimension on them too, because that would look really silly. So we'll do the same thing. My duck is moving, my little chick is moving away from me. All right, whoops, that was too much. So this weekend, my other daughter comes in, my son and his fiance, because my Cassidy's birthday. It's not really to the 16th, but we're having a little party, or my daughter's having a little party for on Saturday. It's not a lot of kids. It's only 2 of her little friends and, you know, her cousin Bailey and us. So they're doing a spa birthday. So my daughter says, yes, you're going to be helping doing manicures and pedicures. I went, oh, for 6-year-olds, 7, 9-year-olds, whatever. And I was like, oh, what a fun. So she literally went to Dollar Tree and she bought like these, you know, like plastic baskets, and she filled it up with like little face masks, mirrors. She bought some makeup for them, you know, foot scrub things, nail files and everything. I mean, which was really cute, because I mean, most goodie bags, you know, if you get some candy or something in it, you know, that's usually kind of what it is. Or at least back in my day, you always used to get candy. Nowadays, it's like you get everything but the kitchen sink in there. So it's kind of, goodie bags have changed over the years. So see how his feet are coming to life instead of just looking orangey. Just plain orange. Not fun. So they decorated last night because she's, after her school tomorrow, she's coming over here since her cousin's coming. And we're going to hang out here. And we bought some, Dollar Tree had their Easter eggs made out of this wood, and it had the initial, like whoever's initial, in the middle. So we found one for each of their initials. So they're going to paint that, and they're going to paint one of the trucks, like the truck with the Easter eggs like in it. Because I always do crafts and stuff with them. But, I mean, that's just me. All right. So before we drew the line on this one side, we bled it or did it on here. Now, to make his feet stand out, because we don't want it just a line, we're going to do the line on the other side. So before, see, we painted this way. Now we're going to paint this way. And what that does, it kind of shows it kind of like forward and back, I guess the word would be. It's just like an extra way to give dimension, to bring it out even more. And it doesn't have to be a lot. And if you all remember at Christmas time, I painted a snowman on my mirror downstairs. And I used the same technique to bring him more dimensional rather than just on one side. Alright, so that's his feet. Now we got to do the same thing with his beak and his little headpiece up there. Anybody still know what that is? Y'all gotta tell me what it's called, because I have no idea. Should have used a thinner one on this part, because this is a small little piece. So these brushes, these angle brushes, come in different, you know, widths, and I do have some narrow ones or smaller ones, but this will be fine. You just put a little less paint on it. I got a lot of water on it there. Coming alive. Little by little. So let's do his headpiece, or whatever you want to call it. Oops, I almost touched that thing. Puppy's is sleeping still. I turned off all the lights except for a small light in the room because they can hear me down the hall. And I have a little Houdini puppy. She figured out how to use her cage to the crate. You know, it's because I kennel them at night. But today she decided, I think I'll learn how to climb up the cage door to get on top of the kennel, which is what she did. I literally let them out. You know, they have a pen that I have them in, but we're teaching them the kennel because, you know, it makes it safe for them, whoever the new parents are going to be, if they go away. I mean, you don't want the puppy, you know, getting into things. I mean, they could steal socks and remotes and stuff. So it protects them as well. All right, so look at the difference, y'all. Let's see if I can hold this up again. Let me move the paint because knowing my luck, I'll dab everything with paint. So look, let's see if I can hold it up enough on an angle. So, oh, I could hold this one up like this. Can you guys see the difference? New paint on the edges, paint on the edges. And see, it just makes it softer on the edges. I'll come a little closer. It makes it softer on the edges too and gives them some dimension. See how his feet are? Look at this one, how, oops. Let me turn it this way. See the difference in the feet? Which way do I gotta go? This way? This way. I'll do it this way. Like this one here on the bottom has no dimension. Look at the one on top. And just by doing that, it brings him to life. Now for his eye. Let's see if I can, if one of these eyes are a lot drier than the other. No. So if I could leave his eye like that, okay? But what I like to do is give them a little on their eye. So I take white paint, and again, these have these little balls on the end of it. So depending, you can do little dots. It's the same kind of technique that we did, you know, you can put this on it and do a little circle if you want to make hearts. I was looking to see if I had a piece of scrap wood laying around. Here we go. This has screws in it because I screwed it up, literally. So I'll show you how this works. And you can do whatever color you want depending on what the eye color is. So I'll use the wide one for right now. I'm going to do the same technique. I'm going to stick it in my paint and I'm going to dab it and it just make like a C. If it doesn't come out, just go back and drag it a little bit more. So see, you get like that C part. You can put little dots, whatever you want to do. I don't know if you can see that. Well, let me turn it up this way. Boy, that's tiny on there. So you can do things like that with it. Okay? And it gives it a little something, something. So being that the eye is all black, I just want to do a little bit of a curve like that. And I think I'm going to use the smaller one on this side. So the smaller one, same thing. Make sure you have enough paint on it. Just put it down and drag. Now you can do little. Because this is a small eye that we're working on. So we may just want to do a little like that. And it's just like drawing a C, or part of a C is all that you're doing. The comb, thank you. Oh, thank you. The comb is the top of that. Thank you. A comb, it looks like a comb. Who knew? Thank you for telling me that, Miss Cindy. All right. So let's take the smaller edge one. Now these come in different sizes, these balls. I have about 3 other ones, and I'm different sizes. So depending what you want to do. So I'm going to bring this to me. I'm going to use a smaller one. And I'm just going to put a little dot. Now, depending on the style of the eye, meaning if he has an expression to his eye, if you're putting eyebrows, eyelashes, and all that other stuff, it's all going to depend. So put a dot and just drag it a little bit. So look at that. Let me wait for the camera to come up. I hate this delay. See? That's all that it was. And look at how his eye came to life. He went from this eye to that eye. And now it makes it look like our little chick is happy. Instead of just being a black eye, like a black dot. So see? So now I'm just going to put a little dot at the bottom. And his eye is done. I'm not putting any eyelashes on this little chickie because this little chickie doesn't need that. So if you're going to use this as a hanger, you can go ahead and hang it back, which is where the jute was, if you want to hang it just like that. Okay. If you want to put like a little bow or something, you can do that. You can tie a ribbon around the little chick's neck if you want to do something like that. You can take hot glue, put it in here, let it dry good. You can sand it and then paint over it. Little tricks of the trade. So it just depends. Oh, thank you guys. It just depends what you want to do. It's not, it's really Heinz 57. Our little chick is a Heinz 57, whatever you want to do. But look how cute he is. I think he came out cute. Now, if you really want to separate his feet, you could do that a little bit more down there to show his toes on, you know, the one foot compared to the other. Hi, Diana. How are you? So it really depends what you want to do. So there's our little chick. So I'm not going to bore you with doing all the other two chicks. And then let's decide, what should we put in there? You guys decide. Should we put flowers? Should we put a ribbon around his neck or her neck? His, her? What do you guys think? What do you guys think we should do? Let me put this board up there out of our way. I don't know what I want to do. So we can cover that. Now I can plug in my hot glue. So we've done a couple. Oh, we got to get our bunny rabbit back out here too. We might have to do him tomorrow because I have to decide which way I want to do that. So I'll show you how to do the hot glue technique on this one. So we have that one all completed. And then, like again, you can take these little guys, get a basket for whoever you want to give an Easter basket to. You can stick him through in the back of the Easter basket and then put all the candy down in front, you know, in the basket. So it's like the little chick, you know, with all the little grass in there. So this is just a fun little project to do. That's all it was. So let the glue heat up and I'll show you how we'll heat up. Not heat up, but how we'll do his face. Now I didn't do the, remember how we did the shading on both sides of the line here? I didn't do it on these two because they were so close. So I didn't do that on that. So it's just, I saw a little mark I didn't like. So I'm just watering it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let's, hopefully the hot glue will heat up really quick. Of course it won't because I need it, you know. Okay, so I have a bucket down here with all my paint in it, so if you hear me throwing things, I'm not throwing them on the floor. And look, where they, oh, so let's pull out this because this might be dry by now. Those of you that just came on, we did one of these earlier, decoupage. Well, let me turn it off so you can see the decoupage. It says Hello Spring with the wheelbarrow with all the flowers, geraniums. That was my mom's favorite. We did it on both sides. painted white, rustic look. Not to me, it's not to be like all pretty. You know, it's the rustic look. And then with the lights. And like again, you can find these at Michael's, these light switches. So that one's done. Now, when this is, oh, this is really drying. Oh, yes, good. So now what we're going to do, I want to put a bow on it. Let's move our little chickie out of the way. Since we're done, we got to, oh, let's get this. See if my glue's ready yet. Yes, it is. Oops, I got a glue string there. So trick of the trade. Just fill it up with glue. Glue string. I'm blowing on it to make it dry a little faster, or heat up a little faster, or cool a little faster, I should say. I hate all these glue strings. Is everybody finding that like their glue has a lot of glue strings on it? I find that. We got to put a bow on this. Now, if it's sticking, the glue is sticking past this, I gotta wait till it really dries a little bit. You take a piece of sandpaper. I'm just pressing it down because I can. Make sure it's all filled in there and I see a gap. I have silicone fingers that I can use to help spread it or push it down. And how I saw the gap, I held it up and I could see the gap, the light coming through on that one side, or that one little area. So this is a trick of the trade, y'all. You can use wood filler if you want to. Here we go. So now I've filled in my hole. So I can take my yellow paint. Have white paint on it. Now the glue isn't totally dry. And I got too much water on that brush. And you come back and you can paint over it. Now it may take a couple of coats, but this is just one way you can do this. Down my paint is. So again, it may take a couple of coats. So you have to let that dry because it's on the glue, needless to say. But that's one way to fill in the holes on it. So put him off to the side. With the other chicks. And let's make our bow on this. So many projects I'm doing with you guys. It's like, whoa! Because I have so much, my brain like goes, dee-dee-dee-dee. Let me move these out of the way. Let's grab some pretty, I have this really blue stripe ribbon I'm hoping will go with a little bit of glitter because I want to highlight the blue in here. Oh, I got some, where is it? I could bring that in, and I have a new yellow one. Oops. I could use. So hold on, I moved things around today and I'm like, oh, I hate that when I do that. because then I forget where I put it. Here it is. So depending how you want to go with this, okay, how you want to bring out what color flowers. So these are like sunflowers in here. You have geranium, there's some pink ones. You have ladybugs up here. I have the blue. So I could go blue and white, or if I wanted to bring out these flowers, I have this. I could use this as a second one with it, or I could do something like that with it. So just depending how you want to do it. So let's make a bow. Let me turn this off. So I'll burn myself. So what type of bow you want to make? Again, it's up to you. So I'm just going to pull out my Easy Bow Maker. Put this off to the side. I'm going to keep the brown out so I remember which burn I used. There we go. I really like this one because I think that really good. Now you don't have to use two colors. How big you want to make the bow is up to you. These are some new ones I just got. I got these both from Khalid. So I haven't even tried it. Now I have regular sunflower with a tan background, but I want to see how these are going to look. I think I really like this. Look at that combination. Now this is kind of the same yellow in color. It's just, it has white around the edge. I like the stripe. I think the stripe, see, I know it's not white in here, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. I like the stripe better. So we're going to do it with the stripe. So I think we'll put the yellow on the bottom and bring the flowers on the top. Yes, I did. I painted this. I cleaned it all up, used alcohol on it. It's made to look rusty looking. It's not to be smooth, just light enough. And let that dry. Then we decoupaged on here. Then I let that dry some, and then I clear coated it all with decoupage. Then we have the little lights up here, so it lights up. These are great, even for kids' rooms, you know, to do a little like night light, so to speak. Different ways, different things you can do with the bow. We're going to make this tail that long, so it's about 10 inches. 10 inches? No. Let's go longer. So 8, so 10, 12. We'll do 12. We'll try 12. And we're gonna go like 4 inches. I think that might be big enough. I don't want to do it too big, because if it's too big, it's going to, you know, just flop on the bottle. And this is nice, sturdy ribbon. It's nice and thick. Oh, thank you. Yeah, now we're putting the bow on it. So how do we want to make the bow? Do we want to do 2 in 1? I think what we'll do is this. We're going to do the bow like this. So we'll have the little rugrats in the other room. Cut this off here. Cut it on an angle. Let's bring in the this. And we're going to put this up here and curl it. Just do something different. And this is going to come in about 3 inches, give or take. Don't have to do it perfect. And I'm going to bring 3 loops of this in instead of just 1. because we did 2, and I'm going to do 3 of this because I really want this on top. And each time I'm twisting it a half around, halfway here. You can twist it before you put it in or after you put it in. It's up to you. I don't know if that's the same. Move this out of the way. And what we're going to do, we're going to curl this up at the top. Just to make it fun. Make it fun. Why not? And then I'll come one more of the yellow. And what we'll do with this, we'll bring one of these up at the top on this side. So it's just a fun little way to make a bow. And we'll just make this probably be close to 2 inches here. Give or take. Ooh, this is really nice stiff ribbon. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. All right, now how do you want to attach this? You want to use pipe cleaners, you can use pipe cleaner, a zip tie, and then a pipe cleaner. It's really up to you what you want to do. I know I'm going to use that for sure, or actually I could use white to tie it around the top, because that way, oops, I only need one. That way, it won't, look at, this is my basket of pipe cleaners. Can y'all see this? This is my pipe cleaners. Some people like to put it in a container and try to pull them out, but for me, I leave them in the bags because it keeps the colors, because otherwise they stick together. And you know, if I pull one out and I don't need it, then I'll pull the whole bag out. That's my basket of pipe cleaners. All right. So I think we'll just use the pipe cleaner today. So I'm going to thread it through, just like that. And we're going to pull this out. It's the same technique that you would use if you were using a zip tie. Get my fingers around. There we go. Squish it together a little bit. Ooh, it's going to be a nice thick bow. And then pull it around wherever my tails would be. And then pull your ribbon out, or your loops I should say. If you want them really puffy, you can just push it down and make it puffy, or if you want it like that, it just really depends. What I do is if it gets pulled like that because of the wire, I just make sure I push it like that. Oh, I hear the puppies. That's probably because my other dog that just walked in here, hello Miss Sky, hi, probably went in there and woke him up. Can you guys hear them crying? They're so funny. So we'll just spread it out. So we're going to have 2 yellow on one side, and we're going to have 2 yellow with the green on the other side. Hold on. I just fixed this one here. So I was like, you twisted the wrong way. And we're just going to take it. Tie it around your bottle. There's no other good way to do it. Now we'll come out. I'm going to stand up for this part. We'll cut this one a little bit shorter. what I'm going to do with these is just curl them up. Hopefully, yeah, you can see this. Now I know it's facing me, so bear with. And this just gives it some funness. Funness, is that a word? Funness? Up. Get this one. And it just makes the ribbon just fun. So let me tighten this a little bit more. Hold on. And then what I'll glue, I'll go ahead and glue the bow, gosh, onto the bottle so that it doesn't move around. Have it in the front? Yes. The bottle doesn't want to stay still when I'm doing this. Get out of my way, Mr. Curl. There we go. And you just kind of curl them out. Here's my other curl. Now, if you don't want to do it with the curls, you don't have to. You can make it straight. You can cut it shorter, whatever you want to do. I just like to do the curls just to make it a little fun. And then in the back here, I'll twist this, and I just realized my other wire clippers are in the other room. I'll cut this off about a ½ inch or so. I'll bend it back so that you don't feel that. So there is our little bow. Spread it out a little bit here. So again, you can do whatever kind of bow you want to do. It is up to you. I like use. This one I think is too long. So it just makes a fun little project. You can pull it off to the side if you want to see it more that way. And that's the bottle. Isn't that cute? So that's our bottle. Totally done now, y'all. Totally 100% done. Except for gluing the bow. Alright. So Chicky, we got him all painted. Still needs just a little bit more. Remember what we said, just a little bit up there to we just keep painting over it. And then we'll go back and I can go ahead and highlight on the edges. But you can see how it starts filling in. Where's my other chick? From the hole, and you can start filling in and painting it. So that way you don't have the hole up there. Now, if we're going to put a little bow or something on him or her, could do. And I haven't decided if I want to do that yet. I don't know what we want to do. So I have to decide on that one. I have to decide. Get some pins up here before all this goes rolling off my table. And then I'll be chasing it down the hallway. And that would really not be a good thing. There we go. All right. So we have, now the bunny's still got to be done. So we got our chickie done. Look, I have even more signs over here in case how fast we got it. So this was our bunny that we started with, right? Painted our bunny turquoise, added some dimension around it, and now have to decide how do we want to do it. I could do, like I said, could have done a white bunny any color we wanted to do. Do we want to make eyes here and make this the whole front of the bunny? Or do we want to do like flowers here and put a bunny, you know, pom-pom here or whatever, to make this the back of the bunny? Like, is the bunny facing towards us, facing away? Do I want to write like Happy Easter or Hippity Hop? I could do that, whether painting it or doing it with like my Cricut machine. I kind of want to put words on it. Or Happy Easter. Because if I put that, then that means I got to do eyes. Because I don't want it on his butt. So let's decide what kind of eyes. I think we'll do like these. My scrap one I'm going to show you guys. So you remember before we used the back of our paintbrush, right? Do I still have black? No. My black dried up. So on the bird, on the chick, we did round eyes. So what we can do is kind of the same thing. We can take this and just draw it down and just shape it just like that, making like an oval. So you can make an eye just like that. So, which is easy, because instead of trying to take a really thin paintbrush and trying to draw like an oval, trying to make it the same, you can do an eye like that, which makes it easy for you. You can do Cricut eyes if you want to, meaning with your Cricut machine or your silhouette. Now I'm going to put this out of the way. And we do the same thing. We could put little curly cues in it. So I think I want to do oval eyes on him. Now that they would be the size of the oval eyes. And then I'm going to have to decide. I think what I'll do, we're going to stop with this project tonight because I want to decide if I want to paint it or if I want to do eyelashes with like eyebrows. You can do it like this. I did these on my little ones that I have downstairs. I did these bunnies. Now you can do eyes where you do like a C. Now this is going to be quick because I'm showing you. And you can do eyelashes like that. Or you could do the reverse. So this, whoops, I guess I'll do it over here since I did that. So one eyelash makes, or I guess eyelash, will make it look like it's sleeping, or the other one makes it look like it's happy. Does that make sense? So depending, let me tilt it up so you can see. There's a glare. So it just depends the look as far as that goes, what you want to do with the eye. Again, we could do ovals, we could do circles, whatever. So depending which way you want to do the eye. So I think I'd like to do an eye like this. Am I doing this right? Because I'm looking at my camera. This, because it gives more expression. Now, can I do this and put, you know, like if I wanted to do a circle or something underneath it, you could. Or if you want to bring it up, I'm using the back of my paintbrush right now. Just so it will make it easier for me to show you. You can bring it up. And then I need the front of my paintbrush. Where's the paintbrush that I was using? Here it is. You can color it in, paint it in. So it's kind of like this effect. If you want an eye like that. Oh, my water's going to drip in here in 2 seconds. So if you want an eye like that. And then again, we'll fill it in with white because, you know, got to give some sort of thing in there. So we could do that, and you can make the eye look left to the right, up or down, whatever you want to do. So it really depends. And I have to decide what I want to do with him. If I want to put words down here, what do you guys think I should do? Should I put like Happy Easter, Happy Spring, or like I did on the other, Hello Spring? And then just put his eyes. And you might be able to stick a pom-pom like off to the side here. So it was to give you the illusion that's the back part of him. I think we'll do words on him. Him, her. But I really like this teal color. Now again, I do have to paint the back. I did get some down the sides. So I'll probably paint this. I like doing black because that hides, like if you get color paint or anything, the black kind of hides it all, which is kind of neat. Which is a nice trick of the trade too. So I think we'll save this one because I got 2 more. So if I screw up on this one, I got 2 more. Not screw up, but I can redo it. So I have to decide. So let me think about doing like maybe Happy Easter, or Hippity Hop with eyes. Or maybe he's holding a basket. Oh gosh, now I'm going to drive myself crazy. So let me think, and I can come back and I can finish that with you guys. All right. So let me tilt this up. Hopefully my camera will stay. I'll probably have to hold it so you're going to get seasick. Hello. It's not going to stay. I can tell you that right now. So this is Carolynne from NonnasNuttykrafts. And what I'm going to do, you guys, is say a good night. Because we've been on like 2.5 hours. Facebook is probably going to kick me off. Whatever. Again, do that LSF, you know, float my boat, bless my page, sprinkle the love, and I'll see you next time, and we'll finish this bunny, all right? So bye. This is going to sink down, and I'll be going down like this. Yay!